557, which is the last one we're going to handle, inshallah, in this lecture.
557. Abdullah bin Amr bin Al-As said,
I like what he had said, because he says, عن عمرو بن شعيب عن أبيه عن جده, which means Abdullah ibn Amr ibn al-As. So the translator.
the Prophet ﷺ said, on the day of rising, the proud will be gathered like small red ants in the form of men.
Which is the word adhar, meaning the small red ants. You know the red ants, the small ones. Not the black ones, the big ones, the small ones, even smaller. Now, we call it the harmless one. Yes. No.
Abasement will cover them.
No?
On a
What is cover them?
abasement.
What does abasement mean? Humiliation, is it? Huh? Humiliation, is it?
Debasing, yeah.
Debasing. Yeah. Go on.
Abasement will cover them on every side. They will be driven to a prison in Jahannam called Bulas. The hottest of fires will rise over them. They will have to drink the pus of the people of fire, the foul fluid issuing from their skins.
Right. يحشر المتكبرون. Those متكبرون on the day of resurrection, they will be gathered. أمثال الذر in the أمثال, that means like the ants. But في صورة الرجال, or في another في صورة الرجال, in the human being form. So they are human beings, but actually they look like what? Ants. In what way?
Size.
In their size. In their size and their humiliation. That means people like step on top of them. Because they were arrogant, trying to step on top of the people. Now Allah makes it the other way around. You step on top of them. So this is before they enter the hellfire. Okay, this is where the gathering is. So they will be gathered as people who are nothing. You've got an ant next to you. Can an ant say, don't walk next to me? She will never say that, because you're much, much bigger than the ant in size. So look at the humiliation. So they are arrogant in their dunya, thinking that the people, believing the people that ants, they will be like ants. But they are human beings. So the humiliation in their size, and the people can step on top of them. Okay, so they are humiliated. But when they enter the hellfire, this is how we can reconcile between the hadith, otherwise we don't understand them. This is before. When they enter the hellfire, then they will be what? Enlarged. As the mountains of the Prophet ﷺ, he's been one of them, he would be having his, I want to call tooth, canine. His tooth is like the mountain of what? Uhud. One tooth. Why they will be enlarged? To taste more punishment. So this is how to reconcile between the gathering and between entering the hellfire. So when they enter the hellfire, they will be enlarged. Before the hellfire, they are small like ants, but they are human beings, in the form of men, in the form of mankind. Here he says, يُسَاقُونَ إِلَى سِجْن. They will be dragged. It looks like that this prison in hellfire is isolated, because they will be dragged somewhere else. Isolated. And you don't want to be, what do they call it in prison, confined cell? What do they call them, these isolated cells? Confined, yes, that's the word, put it. And you don't like to be like that, because if you want to be tortured, you'd like to have as well other people tortured with you. It makes it easier for you. But when you've been tortured on your own, isn't it? It's harder. So they'll be on their own, isolated and dragged. That means dragged, that means they don't like to go there. So that means it shows as well, they don't want to. They're dragged. So isolated, and also it shows maybe darkness. Darkness is another punishment. And tight. So darkness, tight, isolated, they will be dragged to it. And the word is bulas. Now, there's lots of attempts for the scholars to explain what the meaning of bulas. They say baulas or bulas. Baulas with a fatha on the ba or dhamma on the b. Bulas. We just leave it as a name. We don't know. Some attempted was to say that baulas from al-iblas, which is the yes, in despair. Somebody who's in despair. He's desperate. Well, actually, it's just a name, Bulas. And it's not the name of the one who had drifted Christianity from the Haqq. Paul, Paul, they call him Bulas as well. He said, oh yeah, you see, look, Bulas even in the hellfire. No, it's not this. It's not the Paul who had diverted Christianity from its Islam at the beginning. You know that the whole Christianity at the moment is Paul's religion, isn't it? It is not Isa alayhi salam's religion. He says, "Ta'luhum nar al-anyar." Nar and yar. Nar is a singular, and yar, it is not a plural actually, because the plural is a niran. But this has been maybe, some of the scholars they said it could be that the ones who have narrated it, but an-yar is to emphasize that the fire is that, yes, it's like a nar al-kubra. Nar al-kubra means the original fire, where everything ignited from. So he would be having this fire surrounding them, which is the huge fire that burns everybody. Not only that, وَيُسْقَوْنَ مِنْ عُصَارَةِ أَهْلِ النَّارِ, they would be made to drink from the usara, the juice that comes out of the flesh, the foul smell of the flesh of those people who have been burnt into the fire. This is the end of the chapter of Kibr, and inshallah next week we'll talk about the chapter مَنْ انْتَصَرَ مِنْ ظُلْمِهِ. Or shall we go with the other one? It's up to you. Uncle. Go more? Yeah. Uncle says more, we go more.
Chapter 252, the person who takes revenge for injustice.
No.
Hadith 558. Aisha radiallahu anha said, the Prophet ﷺ said, go ahead, take revenge.